Montreal's English-speaking community is concerned the Legault government is rushing to pass Bill 15, Quebec's healthcare reform. Members of the opposition and healthcare experts argue there are still too many articles to analyze before the government evokes closure at the end of the session next week. If passed, Bill 15 would create a centralized provincial agency that would oversee the public healthcare system. A top-to-bottom approach, many critics say, could be a recipe for disaster. The Quebec Community Group's network worries a centralized system will be out of touch with the community, while Liberal Party health critic André Fortin argues the bill could not only demobilize a lot of people in the healthcare network, it could make it very difficult for independent decisions.
All those local ideas that come from people saying, hey, we want to try something different here in our local healthcare establishment because we have a different population, we have different needs. Those will be very difficult to navigate through a top-down system like this.
And some fear the bill could mean less autonomy for the English healthcare network and for its hospital foundations. A petition created by the QCGN is asking for more time to study the bill. It's collected nearly 3,500 signatures so far. Montreal Police Major Crimes Unit arrested 2 suspects in connection with a double murder in Pointe St. Charles close to a year ago. 2 women from the same family were killed inside their home in the Sud-West borough December 15th of last year. An elderly woman was pronounced dead at the scene, and a 22-year-old later died in hospital. One suspect, who was 17 at the time, was apprehended while already detained and awaiting a trial for another double murder. Both he and the second suspect, a 23-year-old, will face first-degree murder charges later today in court. Well, with climate action on the global agenda at the COP28 summit in Dubai, Quebec's public health experts are laying out an ambitious plan here at home. Montreal and Quebec's public health directors, Mylène Drouin and Dr. Luc Boileau, gathered in Quebec City Tuesday. Their plan aims to counter the effects of climate change on the health of Quebecers. The pair is working together to increase efficiency and equitability. The plan includes investing in sustainable food practices and developing climate prevention initiatives in the case of forest fires, flooding, and extreme heat. Facilitating access to public mobility is also a part of their plan.
We think about mobility in a different way when we're in Montreal than when we're in Gaspésie or in other collectivity. But we will have gains at long, and we have to think at the future generation. So of course we have to shift the paradigm, and we will have benefits not only for climate change, but we will have major benefits on social inequalities and on other health impacts.
All experts on hand at the announcement acknowledge the climate emergency and the need for robust measures to help fight it. With less than 2 weeks left before the National Assembly breaks for the holidays, Housing Minister Francine-Hélène Duranceau is trying to push ahead with her controversial housing bill. Despite ongoing criticism from opposition parties and housing groups, the minister will not budge when it comes to lease transfers. If Bill 31 is adopted, it will still allow landlords to refuse the lease transfers without a valid reason. Duranceau made a few changes to her bill, but maintains lease transfers are not the right way to deal with the housing crisis. She says she prefers to use other means to protect tenants, like placing the burden of proof on homeowners in cases of eviction.
We're protecting better the tenants. We're increasing the amount of money they can receive if a landlord takes back the apartment. So the more time we take to discuss and rediscuss the current bill, well, the less chance we have to be able to protect those people.
Duranceau is also refusing to implement a rental registry, despite requests from housing groups as well as the City of Montreal. She hopes to adopt her Bill 31 by the end of next week. Yesterday marked Giving Tuesday, when Canadians are encouraged to open their wallets for those in need. And Montrealers again showed their generosity, helping the city's most vulnerable weather the upcoming winter temperatures. The Wall of Kindness initiative gathered more than 2,500 coats. Social enterprise Renaissance and the Accueil Bonneau Homeless Shelter organized the event. People are encouraged to hang a winter coat on one of their walls in Montreal or Gatineau, and that will be up until this weekend. In these tough economic times and with the holidays fast approaching, organizers say these donations go a long way.
Times are tough. People have a hard time finding a home, buying food. So I said, we got to help. And the more the merrier. And this year people have been beyond generous. We're so grateful.
Renaissance customers also donated more than $16,000 in gift cards for those who are in need of warm clothing.